get to Galilee, I go to family house first to greet my mother. Sometimes say hello to my father in the grave. Just like anoint his grave, see if I can weed some flowers, weed some weeds around it, just to tell him I'm around. He liked that. So one day I just go to camp. I got to the camp, I got to the family house. In the night, my biological father came from the grave to greet me and then talk with me. When I saw him came into the grave, please don't listen, don't play with this. Kennedy, I'm already sharing on why soul impartation. There's something else. Why soul prosperity is very important. What I'm sharing is under that column. I'm not doing long preaching. Why soul prosperity? If I am not this type of liberal man, I will tell you to pay me before you hear this. There is no power in heaven or on earth or in the grave that doesn't function through this. What Satan will want to do now is to distract you from hearing what I'm about to say. Don't allow him to succeed. Don't allow him, because this is not my message. I just wrote this thing at the door coming out. Because the Lord warned me when I went to clean my face that I must not come down from here without telling you that. Now, when my biological father came to greet me, he came to me as a small boy I can hold in my right hand. I've shared this thing before. He came as a small boy I can hold, but I know he's my father. Why he has reduced? Because his limbs, hands, and legs were already very small. There is one part of him that didn't change. His soul. So when he came to me, I look at him and I said, Papa, you look like a small child. Some of us don't know, nobody have told you that there is no fat old man. I had it from Ashmolo first, and I started going through it. There's no fat old person. There's a particular age you grow, you can't be fat. When you're advancing in age. Now, there is all of us, when you are still young, when you are still very young physically, people might not really care about the strength, the value of your soul. When you're using energy, you know, energy is a value. You can use your energy to drive car, push keke, travel long distance. Nobody will know about your value because you still have sweat. Now, a time will come when you will no longer have sweat. Now, when you don't have sweat, your body starts shrinking. Yes, we start shrinking because you don't have strength anymore. You're aging. Now, that time you're aging, there's only one thing that helps you. That time, that is when the soul value, your soul value will come out. Because that time, your muscles have thinned down. The physical energy is gone. So, nature forces you to live from the light of your soul. Now, when this thing happens, people will die. The reason there is poverty, too much poverty in some people, the reason also there is early death is we are not meant to live from sweat. We are meant to live from light. Now, when life make demand on you to live from light and you don't have light, then disease can come on the flesh. Because the soul is the place of your destiny. Now, when God wants to weigh you, He will weigh you from the light of your soul. It is God visits our body from our soul. You don't pray for somebody who have a lot of darkness in his soul to be rich. That is wrong. Because when God wants to give you money, He checks the light of your soul. I think that they should bring 3 John. I'm not preaching it. I'm going to still tell you something that will touch you so much. Let me say this again. I said that I said, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospereth. Now, when you see prosperity and health, these two answers, the answers to the worth of the soul, WORTH. What? Money and health. Answers to it. Now, if there is no light in the soul, you cannot pray prosperity. You can't pray prosperity. You cannot tell God to keep somebody who doesn't have light in his soul healthy. You cannot tell God to prevent somebody from stupidity when there is no light in his soul. So people should make deliberate effort to put light in their soul. That's why the Bible said he should willingly delight. I said he should willingly delight in the word. The place we said, the righteous delights in the word of God. That's why he is prosperous. His prosperity shall never. He will always bear fruit in us. The fruit is bearing is a fruit of his light. Can I say it again? I said the fruit he is bearing is the fruit of his light. Are you not surprised about information? How far information age has gone? If you're looking at me and you want to be rich, is there anything God have told you that will give you money? Or please let me ask you to listen. God will never attach prosperity to heat. That's why the poor villagers are in the farm, in the village, doing farm work and suffering. They don't have light. They don't have good water. They don't have good road. But they are sweating. They go to farm early in the morning. I was born in the village. They go to wake up in the morning, go to farm in a very distant place. They trek like 2-3 hours to go to farm. And then come back late in the night. They eat in the farm. They walk. But there's no light in their life. It's not only about farmers. It's also there about pastors. It's also there about believers. So if I said something, one day I shared it in the prayer room. I said, if you're a woman, when your husband married you, did you tell him anything about family oath? The secret of your life and of your family, did you tell him anything? Did you tell him where you came from? And there is a way you should be treated. That if you touch this so and so area of your life, that you will leave him quickly. You will leave children for him. That he should not try this thing in his life with you. You tell him that by 2 in the morning. You tell him, you get him up. You say you love me, you say clean your eyes. He clean his eyes. And then you say to him, I say, if you shout on me, I will change into a dog. Don't think of shouting on me. If you call me your wife, where I came from, people don't shout on women. Don't shout on me. Oh. So that when you want to shout on you, he will know that you are about to change. All women who are intelligent, there is, please, if you're hearing me and you don't know this I'm talking about, how can you be rich? It is the light that measures the prosperity, not hard work. Write on your paper. It is the light. And there is something else I want to say there on Kennedy, so prosperity and immortality. Rather, make it a heading. So prosperity, and we don't use prayer to be immortal. Excuse me. Prayer doesn't make people immortal. Just like prayer doesn't make people rich. Prayer doesn't make people immortal. In the day when this thing just changed tune, can you put it in order? In the day when death will come to you, death will come to every man. Now, when the angel of death want to come to a man, the spirit go to the soul. That is what is called the fortress, to check the quantity of light there and the type. One is the quantity and quality. Let me say again. Quantity and quality in the soul. What I mean by quality is type. Now, we all are separated by type. Type of light. There are some things that we are reading that doesn't have the light of immortality. You want to have PhD in political science, you can't be immortal through that light. It's a good light. But that particular light or PhD in political science does not have power to preserve your life. You are a cardiologist, beautiful. Thank God for you. You are a gynae. You have PhD in law, wonderful. The light of law can establish immortality. So when you are looking for light, you should be able to know the destiny of that light.